Hey everybody! So today I want to share with you my top tips for staying healthy, vegan, whole food, plant-powered when you're traveling and on the road. Okay, so first off, I'm sitting out here on my lovely patio and there is a sound of a leaf blower, which I've been waiting to finish. It's my pet peeve, leaf blowers, and it's just not stopping. So I need to get this out for you because so many of you are traveling. It's the summer, so I'm going to plow through it and hopefully the sound isn't too obnoxious. So the first thing is be prepared. You have to be prepared to set yourself up for success so that you can stay whole food, plant powered during all your little travel excursions and vacations over the summer. And preparation is key. So right here, this is my new purse, by the way, that I just have to share with you. I am absolutely obsessed with it. Do not work for them, nothing. So big shout out for her. It's Angela Roy. I'll put a link for it under the video. But it's completely vegan, cruelty-free, beautiful. All her purses are amazing. But anyway, I like this big one because I can fit all my preparation snacks in it. So when I'm traveling, I'm on the plane or I'm at a road trip or anything, open my big old bag and out comes a few things that really keep me very well prepared. One thing is I have these little individual packets of Kyo greens, a greens blend. And the reason why I like these is that it's plants, but it's plants that give me a lot of energy. So in a bind, when I can't do a smoothie and all of that, I just grab one of these, I put it into a little glass of any kind of unsweetened or low sugar fruit juice, just mix it up. You don't have to have a huge glass of fruit juice, you can just have that much and you're good to go. And it has barley grass, wheat grass, and chlorella. So lots and lots of phytonutrients in there. So that's one thing. The other thing is I always have these little snack bags, and these snack bags are by a brand called Nitos. And there are different brands that do them now. They're sort of canvas with a really kind of eco-friendly plastic. But this size is perfect because into this I have all my snacks. So I'll do raw almonds. I'll even put a little bit of popcorn. I'll do some gluten-free crackers, I'll do some grapes, I'll do whatever the snacks are that I love will go in these individual snack packs, and I always keep those in my purse, particularly when I am going to go get on a plane. What else have I got in here? Oh, individual packets of, and I often recommend on a plant-based diet that one of the most healthiest things that you can eat is mushrooms. But if you don't like mushrooms and you're on the road and you're not going to be eating very many mushrooms, you could grab a 4-sigmatic coffee pouch. These are great for travel. And they're little individual pouches. It's instant coffee and it's mixed with different mushroom blends that are adaptogens. They're very, very good for immunity. And so again, as you're traveling, that's a really, really good tip. So just, you know, you can take your fruits with you, you might have other ideas, but you know, the main thing where I see people really falling short is you suddenly get to the airport or you're on the road and you're hungry and you're not prepared. So don't let that happen. Now, number 2 tip is let everybody know. So there are no surprises. So when you are, say, going to visit your family in a different state or even a different country, or you're staying with a bunch of friends or a big family or whatever, you really need to let them know ahead of time and say, listen, I am completely plant-based. It's up to you whether you use the vegan word. The vegan word can sometimes be a little, sort of raise a bit of an eyebrow. It can be a little bit stigmatizing. So often I'll say, listen, I just don't eat any animal products. You don't have to go into the reasons why. Just tell everybody, because then there truly are no surprises, and it's a form of preparation. Then your host or the family or whoever it is will kind of know. Now, the second follow-up question I always get is, what do you need? People often freak out. Do you need something special? Do we need to cook? Do we need to shop for you? And I always make it really easy, and I say, absolutely not. If you're cooking veggies, whatever veggies you're cooking, I'll eat. I just won't be eating the meat or the cheese. And then if if they're really kindly going to offer and say, well, I'd love to, you know, prepare and get a few things in the fridge for you, then I'll think of the staples that I'll need, particularly for breakfast, things like soy milk, almond milk, maybe, you know, a vegan spread, just those little things, the things that I can't really pack with me. And those are the things that I'll ask for. And then we're all prepared. We're all on the same page. And the one thing that I never do is make it obnoxious. I just, because you know how some people can go, I can't eat this and I can't eat that. Everything is delivered with a big, huge smile on my face. Nobody's offended. And can I tell you something? You'll end up really inspiring people. The amount of people who go, oh, I should do that too, particularly when they see how much energy you've got and how amazing you look. So just saying. All right, so tip number 3 is research. So before you travel, whether you're going to a hotel or an island or a fancy hotel, I don't care where you're going, you need to do the research. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can research that will be very, very helpful. One I always do is I call the concierge of the hotel and I say, listen, I am whole food plant-based, or sometimes I'll just go, I'm vegan, because that makes it really simple for them. They know what you're talking about. And I need some options. Tell me what the deal is. So the first thing I want to know is, where is the nearest good grocery store? Because it doesn't have to be a health food store, but a good grocery store is going to have the things in it probably that you need. For instance, you can pick up some healthy granola, you can pick up some almond or some soy milk, you can stock your fridge in your room with the things that you need at least to make a healthy breakfast. You can pick up some fruit, you can pick up some nuts, etc. So you can get yourself set, and that's going to save you money. The second thing that I'll ask the concierge is, what about restaurants? If I know that I'm going to be out and about, or just little cafes for lunch, they will be only too happy in most cases to really help you and accommodate you. Then I'll also say, if we're going to be eating at the hotel, I'll say, would you be so kind and to help me, maybe send me the menus from the restaurants and have a really good look at those menus. Because the thing is, if you're going to the expense and staying in a lovely hotel, you want to make sure that you're taken care of. And chefs are always only too happy to help you with that. The final thing is that there are a lot of really good apps and online resources. One that I would definitely, and I'll pop the link underneath this video, is check out Happy Cow. And you can go to their website, you can put in the zip code or the postcode if you're traveling internationally to where you're going to go, or the country or the city, and they will give you so many vegetarian and vegan options. And they also have a really handy app as well that you can just get on your phone. But research is everything, and it makes you feel really empowered. Plus your guests and your family will be like, no, I know where I'm going to go. Like when I go away, I'll say to my family, we'll be going somewhere, and they'll go, well, my husband will go, well, Sophia, you're going to have everything. And I'm going, yeah, I got it down. And my daughter's now with me because she's exactly the same as me. She's like, Mom, I've got all the apps. And it kind of turns into something that's really fun. Research is always fun. Okay, so that leads me to tip number 3. Get the family in on the fun, because it doesn't have to be something that's a drudge or a dredge. It's like, oh gosh, it's going to be hard because Mum's on a special diet. I would have everybody just on board with you. I mean, obviously, when you're out and about and on vacation, your family and friends may want to eat whatever they want to eat, the burgers, the hot dogs, the pizza, whatever it is. And what I say is, let them do. Live and let live. The moment that you start getting restrictive with other people, will always turn around and bite you. I always think that with this way of eating, it's attraction rather than promotion. And I'm telling you, when I'm sitting with my family at a restaurant and I'm eating a beautiful salad with all these gorgeous colors and dressings, and you know, they see that I'm just not missing out on things. And then if occasionally they have something unhealthy, we walk away and my daughter's like, Mom, I don't feel good, I ate a cheese pizza, and my husband's like, oh, I feel terrible. I'm like, not me. So that's when you get to be able to be a bit smug. But it's fun. Honestly, get your family in on the fun, because then they'll support you rather than make, you know, be roadblocks for you. And that's quite an easy thing to do. Tip number 4 is airports. So let's really think about airports, because over the last 2 or 3 years, that is where I have been caught sometimes a little bit like, depending on the airport. Some airports like London, Heathrow Airport has amazing choices. LAX, some of the terminals have got good choices now. But equally, I've been to some airports recently where there is absolutely nothing. I'd have to have like a leaf if I want, you know, a salad leaf. So again, this is about preparation, but what I would make sure you do is make sure you have all the food that you're going to want for the duration of the flight, whether the flight is 3 hours, 5 hours, or even 10, 11 hours. Make sure you've got the food that you need in a cooler bag. I really like to spend some time preparing delicious, you know, veggie stuffed sandwiches, you know, hummus pittas, lots of delicious snacks, herbed popcorn, cut up fruit, roasted nuts, roasted seeds, all of that stuff. Just make sure that you have all that stuff ready, and don't just make it for you, but make enough for your family as well, because you don't want to be caught at an airport where they're like, oh, well, the only place we can eat is that Burger King, and then the whole family will go off to that Burger King and you're sitting there with your nuts. It just, you make you feel better and your family feel better. And certainly I've made the mistake before of not making enough for my husband, and then he's like, Soph, so I have to go and eat the junky, horrible hamburger and get heart disease while you're having all your beautiful snacks. So that's the thing you want to do. So those are my main tips. But the most important thing is, don't think that you that you can't be whole food plant-based when you're on the road and when you're traveling. You know, you have to commit. You have to be all in, because so much of the time we let things go, or we have a relapse when we're not completely committed. Do you know what I mean? We're like, no, well, I'm traveling and hopefully it'll be all right. No, you've got to be fully, both feet in, going, this is what I am. I'm whole food plant-based or whole food plant-powered, you know, or I'm vegan or whatever you want to call it. This is me. This is what I'm doing. This is going to make me feel amazing, is making me feel amazing. And I do it no matter what. And when you decide to do something no matter what, then everybody and the universe conspires to help you. You got to do the prep, you got to do the research, you got to do a little bit of work, but it's really easy if you get those pieces of the jigsaw in place. So please just leave some comments, help each other out here. Leave some comments. What do you think? How do you travel? You know, I bet you've got some amazing tips. So let's get going with our tips. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I'll see you next time. Hi, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, there are hundreds more. And please also visit my blog at sophieuliano.com for detailed reviews, recipes, DIYs, and more.